that when that moment, when that stuff happened and it all came crashing down, dude, I ran away. Like there was a moment where like I remember walking around the streets and I texted my manager. I was like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not doing okay.
Harry exploded onto the scene of mainstream media in the spring of 2020, when millions of viewers sheltering in place turned to Netflix and became hooked on Too Hot to Handle, a reality show where contestants must remain celibate for as long as possible in their hopes of winning their share of $100,000. As you can imagine, Harry is a ball of energy and charisma, bringing his huge personality and huge frame, 6'5", whoa, into every room he goes. Today, he brings his personality, height, and some medical curiosity to the Checkup, where we discuss his testosterone use for bigger muscles. Also, content warning, this episode does contain discussion of suicide, which has unfortunately touched Harry's life multiple times throughout it. This is a wide-ranging and fascinating conversation covering some serious and lighthearted topics. And with that being said, I began our conversation with a question about dating shows I've always wanted to ask. How real are your relationships on reality TV? Because this is something I've been so curious about.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to like take everything that you know about dating, right? And then put yourself in an environment where there's like no outside like influence whatsoever.
But isn't the camera being in the room already an outside influence?
But within like 3 days, you forget about it.
No way.
Like you, so this is why it fucks up people a lot with like reality shows, is because like mentally you don't have your friends, family, everyone's a stranger. It's a competition. People out to get you, and you're told you have to find love. So like your brain, your psyche is just like, okay, like this is my mission. And then it becomes your entire world. Wow. So a lot of people get like really
brainwashed,
like,
almost
fully brainwashed. Like it's really crazy. Yeah, fully. So then when you're on these shows and like you fall in love, like the love is like so hard. You're like, wow, I can imagine everything with this person. Then you get back home
and you're like, real world.
And you're like, oh, you're actually a hooker.
No, come on.
No, but no, like,
it's not that bad.
Well, you know,
sometimes.
Yeah, it happens. But like, oh, you're like, oh shit. Okay. Like, damn, I have to watch, like other guys are trying to hook up. Like it's not as pure love as you thought it was. So that's why
it's situational, because here, what you're feeling is not practical. And I'm going to make a corny analogy here. You know, all of these people that go on podcasts and are like, you need to spend 2 minutes in a cold water immersion, or you need to walk this many steps or run this protocol. That's dating on a dating show.
Right.
And then the advice I give, like in my patient world, is like what happens in real life.
Yeah.
Versus the dating show.
Yeah.
Because it's different, right? It's
so
fictional.
Different. Yeah.
And it's not fictional and like you're being fake. It just the circumstances make it fictional.
Yeah.
So do you find it hard to date in real life now that you've had this fictional scenario?
See, I've done like 3 of them.
Yeah.
So like I kind of just like, I don't know, I'm a lover. So I'll give it what it's worth. And then when I come back to real life, I'm just like, okay, like waiting for your true colors. Like, oh, I get to meet your friends. Okay. So this is the type of people you hang out with.
So are you skeptical going in now?
A little bit. Like, yes, you kind of have to be like have your guards up a little bit, but it's also like, life's way too short. Like, who cares? Like, let's just like have fun. But then when it comes out, like, that's why people don't really last, because the show comes out, there's all this like attention, and they don't we didn't have the building blocks of like starting a relationship. Like that was one of the things with a previous partner. I told him like, hey, like we haven't had the building blocks of like friendship and like building up from there and having that trust. We just went straight in like, let's get married, have kids, and like whatever happens, we're gonna figure it out. And then all these like fundamental steps of building a healthy relationship are just fully gone, and then it just like crumbles. So I think that kind of happens on these shows.
That makes sense. I mean, anything that ignites that fast has the ability to also
of course, especially if I'm in it as well.
Why? Are you the problem?
Of course.
Taylor Swift, you're the problem?
I am, yeah. If me and Taylor dated, that'd be like 50 albums.
Why are you the problem?
Nah, I just think I'm just too playful. But
playful could be good.
Sometimes, but sometimes people want to be a little bit serious, and I'm like, come on.
Oh, so you want to keep things casual?
Well, yes and no. Like, you know, in the previous, like my last relationship, I was like, this is the one, I'm going to get married, whatever else. And then like, I don't know, just get a little bit bored or whatever, or she did. And then whatever.
That happens. I feel like dating on its own these days is hard with social media being a thing. and then you throw reality TV into it.
Yeah.
And then if you get an offer, like I can't imagine, in my world in media, it's like, what if you get a TV show that's medically thing that you have to travel the world, or in Florida or in California, you're like, that would be tough on a relationship.
For sure.
But for you might get a show to go date.
Yeah.
And then what do? Do you just say,
well, like that's the problem is like whenever I'm in a relationship, there's like no show opportunities, right?
Yeah,
and then as soon as it's like single, they're like, boom, they come flooding in. I'm like, what am I doing in a relationship? Like I have all these like work opportunities that are really cool. Like when I broke up with my ex, that week I had 3 show opportunities.
No way.
Like it was like the universe is like, here you go. But they were like competition shows, like fun shows, like not dating stuff. Cause I said like, I'm going to steer away from it unless The Bachelor was like, hey, like we want you to be The Bachelor.
Would you do The Bachelor?
For sure.
Really?
For sure.
I've heard some horror stories from guys that have done it before.
Yeah, I've heard bad things. Like I've heard, just about how stressful it is and whatever else. And sometimes it's a little bit like forced but I'm like, I've done a bunch of shows. Like I understand how it works and like they're there to get a job done. And especially with that one, like people legitimately want to get married. And I think like now my whole outlook is like, I'm dating to marry. Like if I'm going to date you, like I'm doing it because I want everything with you.
Do you believe in a monogamous single partner relationship?
Yes. But I also believe that maybe there's some like situations like 20 years down the line where you're like, things are stagnant. Like I've been in a relationship where she was already my friends. So I was like
without you knowing?
Well, like he told me. So I was
your friend or your girlfriend?
My girlfriend. Okay. He's like, yeah, I just hooked up with your girl. I was like, all right, sweet.
Are you laughing through the pain right now?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but this is so long ago.
Okay.
But like for me in that situation, I remember my mentality was, I really love this girl. I think she's awesome, but we're in different countries right now. And obviously she needs that aspect kind of tickled. She needs a physical touch. I also need that. So it's either like we both cheat, but still love each other, or we just open it up. And I tried to tell her, I was like, hey, look, like obviously I know what you're up to. I want to be a naughty boy as well. Can we both do it? And it's okay. And then she's like, no, I couldn't imagine you sleeping with other people. I'm like, well, you're fucking my boys. Like, what do you want me to do? So we broke up.
I think that's the communication aspect of it is probably the most important.
Yeah. What about you? What would you believe?
So for me, when I was growing up, I always believed the monogamy is the one way. Yeah. I was like, maybe I watched Friends too often. Did you watch that show?
I haven't watched it religiously.
Okay. I watched it religiously.
Okay.
So the nerdy guy on the show, Ross, I imagine I was him and I would lose Rachel to somebody.
Oh no.
And I believed in that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't believe in it anymore.
Yeah.
But I think times have gotten different in terms of what people want, how dating apps have changed it. So now I'm confused. Yeah. I don't know what the right answer is.
No, I'm the same. And I think that like, look, if it's the one and it's everything and it makes sense, it makes sense. But
what is the one?
Okay. So this is
you have a formula?
Oh no, I didn't like, I've spoke to 2 of my friends that are like heavily in love. And like, this is the girl of my dreams. Like, cause I, just got out of a relationship. So I was like, hey, like what was I missing something? Like I know the feeling of love. And how they were explaining it was just, actually, I forget how they explained it, but it was good. And it's to the point where
they sold you well.
I was like, damn, I'm going to cry. Like, this is so beautiful. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, would you imagine her with anyone else? Like, no, I would fucking murder someone who hooked up with my girl. So I was like, okay, like that's pretty aggressive, but I get it. But I don't know. I just think that, I wish I could explain. I wish I could remember it, but there's so many things.
No, I don't know. I feel like when I watch people who are in love, a lot of times it might be lust. Yeah. Where it might be like really early on. And I'm like, I'm curious how long this will go. I hope that it goes on forever. Yeah. And then a lot of times it doesn't. Yeah. Or you hear cheating or open relationship starting. And I'm like, well, that's different than how it initially started. So maybe it grew and this is acceptable for both parties. And really it's about what both people want.
For me, like maybe monogamy is old fashioned or whatever, but I feel like with the right person, it would just be that conversation, just keeping that open mind.
Yeah. It sounds beautiful. But practically speaking, I don't know what to do to find it. Yeah. And I actually had this conversation with, who was I talking to? Daryl Sabara, Meghan Trainor's husband. Wow. And how they met, he goes, I right away knew she was the one. And I was like, man, if I walked into a room and I saw someone who I thought was the one, I couldn't even begin to be myself because all I would be doing is worried that I'm not giving my best self.
Yeah.
But that's also not the real me.
Yeah.
If you're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you maintain being yourself and being honest, but still show up the best version?
It's hard because even when my dad was talking about when he met my mom, he's like, yeah, I turned to my friends. I said, I'm going to marry that woman. I'm like, how? Like, how are you so confident, dude?
Yeah.
Like how do you?
It's the Good Will Hunting line. Did you see Good Will Hunting?
It was so long ago.
Oh,
bro.
Where Robin Williams says, I
Dory.
had to see about a girl, and he slid the tickets back to his friends.
Oh, yes.
Because he ran into his wife at a bar. And I'm like,
it's going to happen. Well, I thought you would be married in like...
Why? Because I have a medical career?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. I wish.
I thought that's what happens when you become a doctor. You get married and like have the woman of your dreams.
Some people do.
Okay. Well,
I'm trying.
Okay.
But it's like, it's
not
hard.
fun?
It's hard. You got to look, and it's for life. Like, I don't want to do it willy-nilly, casually, and just say, oh, I'm getting married to get married. I want to make sure it's the right person.
See, I'm the opposite. I just get married to get married.
You're like, I know there's an out.
Yeah, like the lady I saw walking up here, I'll marry her.
No.
No, it's actually him.
Sam, you almost got married.
Yeah, almost.
Lucky me.
But it's tough. I mean, and again, the dating life online, how's that changed, by the way? I mean, obviously your DMs are obviously lit.
Yes, like so when the show came out, when Taught to Handle came out, like it was COVID, shit was getting crazy and I didn't really know how to deal with it all. So I was just enjoying
the fruits of your labor.
Enjoying as much as I could. And then now, like after having love and being in a relationship for like a year, I was like, oh man, like that feeling and having that person is like, I don't know. I was like, love is the meaning of life, like having that person and waking up every day. Like, what can I do to make your day better? Like, okay, I'll get you coffee. There's flowers there. Like how can I help like to make her day like the best? For me, I'm like, oh, that's the best feeling. Like giving your energy to someone. And then once I got single again and, I started seeing like a few like repeat offenders from before. And I was just like, oh God, like this sucks. Like this is draining.
It's lonely a little bit.
It's so lonely. Like I'm like, oh, I'm looking for this feeling and I want to have this feeling again, but I'm just like, dude, like I don't care enough. So now I tell people like, oh no, I'm only dating to marry, because that scares off people. Like that just scares off girls instead of just like.
I thought it would be the other way.
Well, in LA,
because guys used to weaponize that.
Yeah. See, for me, like in LA, I think that like, everyone just wants to hook up and have fun and whatever else. But when you tell someone like, no, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm so serious about who I give my energy to and who I like bring into my world, because I want to make sure that they're like the right person. It's kind of just like, okay, dude, like you're nuts. Like, you're crazy.
No, but that's smart.
Yeah.
Because actually what scientific research has shown us, and I just had a doctor who is doing the longest running study of happiness.
I thought he was running. I'm like, dude.
No. He's literally it's like a 100-year study on happiness. He's studied already multiple generations of the same people. Like the same family continued. Yeah, it's an amazing
Who's paying
study.
for that? Like
Harvard.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So that's why. Unlimited budget.
Yeah, I was like, who would fund this?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they found that it's not so much about like, yes, happy marriages yield better mental health outcomes.
For sure.
People who have chronic pain don't feel as much pain, even when they're having pain, when they have a good marriage.
Wow.
But it's not even so much about a good marriage. It's about having a person to call on in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we're starting to learn as a society. And people are opening up their thoughts of who they want to be with a partner, whether or not they want a wife or a husband, whether they can just have a friend who can be there for them. And really it's about having that support system, because it's lonely otherwise.
So lonely. And also someone that you can like, I don't know, like a best friend. Like
to grow with, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like build something fun. Like that's why I was so excited my last relationship. I had like an album where we were going to get married and we had a house, had rings, had like a car I wanted to get us and like all this stuff. I'm like looking at beehives that I want to buy when I get a house.
Beehives?
Yeah.
You like bees?
Well, yeah, not really, but like I like the Bee movie, but
there's a Bee movie?
Yeah. Okay. It's like a Disney movie.
Oh, okay.
No, but like I had a beehive growing up.
Okay.
We had two with my dad. I remember we used to beekeep and it
made Manuka honey, right? Because you're from New Zealand.
Yes, so good. So we used to do that like growing up, like, and then I was like, oh, if I have a kid, that would be sick. And there's this new beehive that is literally like a tap. You turn it on, the honey comes straight out. So with the hives, you have to like pull out these little slots and put them in a machine and like spin them around and the honey sticks to the wall as barrel and then it leaks down and goes in this thing.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a process. But with this new like beehive,
it just processes.
You just turn on the tap, comes out, and you don't have to disturb the bees. So I'm like, this is sick. I want to have a kid and
do that with the kid.
Yeah, sure, that's it. And then get rid of the kid.
Well, no,
yeah, go away.
No, you have to enjoy the kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that growth aspect is probably what's special. Like when you would have successes, whether it's on television, on social media, you get nominated for something or you get a big financial reward.
Yeah.
Isn't it not as fun when you don't have a partner?
Dude,
that's how I felt. I don't know.
No, like, so I got a Urus.
Yeah.
And when I got it, like I was, in a bit of, me and my girl were in a bit of a breakup at that time. So I was so excited to get it and to like have her there, my friends there to like be like, this is a cool moment, like a milestone. But like, because everything, like we weren't working out at that point. It was kind of just like, damn, like now I'm just sitting in this really cool car by myself when I wanted to like get it for us and like show us off. And I think that's also like the best thing about being in a relationship as well, is like having just share wins together and feel like, we're accomplishing something together, which is, so special.
Very true. I actually heard a great quote on comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld and I think Chris Rock. They were like in a really cheap car together and they're like, we could have fun in anything.
Yeah.
Like if it's true, the connection, you could be laughing about how shitty the car is or how awesome the car is, and it's equally as a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have friends like that you can have a blast with, right?
Yeah. And my friends are sausages. Like they're crazy. But it was like more like the milestone, because I was waiting for it for 14 months. And I'm like, I want to share this moment.
Great car, by the way.
So much fun.
I had the car, just got rid of it.
Really?
Yeah. I got a Bronco Raptor.
Sick.
Well, that's like more fun off-roady type.
Well, that's the thing. So I went and filmed a show. I was filming Amazing Race recently, and once I got back, I was like, I just want a truck. Like I just want to be in a truck. So kind of think I've like done that. Like I came back, I cleared out all my designer clothes, reevaluated my life. I'm like, I don't need these like shirts and these like Dior shoes. Like for what? Like who am I trying to impress?
Oh no, I have Dior shoes on.
You do?
Right now?
Oh shit. No, but like I'm
gonna take them off.
No, I had like 110 pieces. Like this dude that came and like cleaned out all my stuff. All I wear is Gymshark pants and they don't sponsor me, and like a white tee.
Okay.
Well, it's obviously black, but like a plain tee, I meant.
Sure.
So I was just like, okay, I need to like reevaluate everything and take a step back. I don't know where I got with that, but
you needed to clear out the excess.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So on the way over, I was thinking about like, obviously people will probably ask you all the time, like, how do I live longer or whatever else? What's some day-to-day hacks that you do to improve your quality of life?
I'm the world's most boring doctor because I don't give hacks.
Oh, you don't give hacks?
Because hacks are bullshit.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I know. Isn't that sucky?
Damn, I thought you'd be like...
And I'm the guy that says like, don't take supplements for no reason.
Oh, that's what I do.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm pushing people away from these things. I know.
Come on. I thought you would have been like, yeah, Harry, go lay out in the sun and tan your balls and you'll feel
That's
great.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine I could make money if I did
that. Start lying.
No, but I'm showing that you could be financially successful and not lie.
Oh, shit.
Because every doctor that's been successful in media when I was growing up lied about something. Or they would make up some like BS, like, oh, how your zodiac sign impacts your heart health.
How does it?
It doesn't.
Damn.
No, there's just like so much we don't know.
Yeah.
When we start acting like we have complete control over everything because we can control one number or how much time we spend in a cold plunge or tanning our balls or whatever it is, it's not realistic.
I actually do both at the same time.
That's impressive. You must be really flexible.
Yeah, well, my balls shrink in the cold plunge, but
and
I
then
lay
you
upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try and warm them up.
Not medically necessary, but to each their own.
It might work.
Well, no, I don't discourage people from doing these things.
Okay.
If they want to do them for entertainment purposes, go nuts.
Wait, so you don't like cold plunges?
I don't think it's necessary for good health.
Okay. Why?
Because there's no evidence showing it's necessary for good health.
Okay.
So in the medical media world, there's all these people that are promising you hyper optimization.
Right.
Oh, if you just do this, you can make your body so much stronger and faster and all this. And most of it is based on junk science that's not very well proven.
Okay.
Or it's reserved for people who are pro athletes that need to go from 99% to 99.9.
Okay, like me.
Well, you're the pro athlete.
Yeah.
By the way, when are you boxing somebody?
Oh, bro. I've had offers, but I don't know.
Who do you want to box?
God.
Dream opponent.
I would really like want to do like a rapper or like someone like
A who?
like a rapper or
Oh, a
like
rapper,
someone
okay.
like, you know what? Okay, this is the scariest thing. This is going to sound crazy. When I went back to Australia, like last year, I went on and did an interview where they're like, they asked me that question, like, who would you want to box? Because I don't know, I've been thinking about it for a little bit. I'm like, to be honest, I would want to fight like an Australian celebrity, but do it for charity back home.
Okay.
Because mental health is such a big problem back in Australia. I think we have the highest suicide rate per capita. Australia and New Zealand is like,
Really?
it's so high.
Wow.
So I wanted to go back and be like, I want to do this for like a charity for a good cause and fight like, and I said Chris Hemsworth because obviously he's the biggest dude out of Australia ever, and he's juiced to the gills. He's huge. I was like, I would love to box him and then do something really cool and be like, we broke the most money ever raised for charity.
Sure.
So I said that, and then that night I'm at this bar, and I look over, and he's there with like 4 friends.
No.
I don't think he knew. He probably didn't know, but like I started shaking. I was like,
You guys are the same size.
Dude.
I just sat next to him at a luncheon the other day. You guys are almost the same size. Yeah.
You should have told him Harry's gonna smash you. I wouldn't.
Would you still do it now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And for charity. I know. I like what you did as well. Like
Yeah, I
you
did
donated
for
your
charity.
purse and stuff. Are you gonna box again?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah. They actually offered me to fight on the undercard of this Nate Diaz fight.
Really?
To do a rematch with the same guy.
Yeah.
But they told me with like 6 weeks to go and it wasn't enough time to get ready.
Yeah.
So
What
the
would you
next
do
one.
different?
I have a new coach.
Okay.
I have a new strategy.
Okay.
And yeah.
But medically though, what
What would
about
I
your
do
brain?
differently?
Like, are you worried?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not worried, you're doing something wrong.
That's me. I'm never worried.
You have to be worried. Yeah, I would be worried about you in a boxing ring for you. Because you're
I'll
not
knock
worried.
myself out.
No. I've seen that happen actually. Some people throw an uppercut.
Yeah, that's me.
But you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Have you trained I saw you put up some like videos of you.
Yeah, so I've been like on and off for like the last like maybe 3 or 4 years, but not enough to be like, oh yeah.
Have you sparred?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
3-minute rounds?
No, gas out. Just 2 minutes. I'm like quick. I'm like, guys, please.
Okay.
But
how did you feel doing it?
Like, I feel like, so the gym that I train at is Fortune's gym in Melrose, and there's a lot of like pros there. And because like they wanted to get me ready for like a fight, they'll put him up with some pros. So it was a little bit scary.
Sure.
Like I'm not like, I wasn't leaving there like confident, like, oh shit, like, I'm going to be the next Mike Tyson, like whatever else. But it's like, it's good. I feel like as a man, like you kind of need to be punched a little bit sometimes. And like it helps you like, I don't know, snap to reality a little bit because maybe your anxiety is like letting you think in the future or the past. And like,
It really forces you to be in the present.
be present. Yeah. And it makes you sharp. So I enjoy it, but I don't train. There's not like a crazy like boxing routine. I'm like, in the morning I'm here every single day. And then I go for a 10-mile run and then I go like shadow box with some pigeons or something. Like I don't.
With pigeons? Oh, because Mike Tyson does that.
Does he?
Yeah, he has pigeons.
That was a great guess.
Yeah.
But who knows, bro? Like, I don't know.
So it might happen. But you need, the reason you and I actually started talking, I messaged you first about boxing.
You did.
Because I was like, oh, maybe you're like a tall guy. And I was like, wow, you're way too tall and way too big to be in my weight class.
But you're too nice.
What do you mean?
I talk shit. I would be a piece of shit.
That's good.
No, but
the last guy talked shit too against me. He like shoved me at the weigh-in. And, well, he's Nate Diaz's boy.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
So like there was some.
How do you not let that get in your head though? Or did it fuck with you a little bit?
People die in front of me. So like. He thinks I'm scared of a shove.
Yeah. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's like there's life and death all the time in front of me.
Right.
So like, what's a little boxing match?
Yeah. What's a little box? Yeah. True. See, I'm a pussy. I would be like, dude, like, like I just want to make you laugh.
No, I will say the difference because I fought an influencer on my first event, and then I fought a pro who's had like 20
You did pretty
fights.
well on the first one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, influencer boxing is different than fighting someone who has 25 fights.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Well, because I really wanted to see if I was full of shit or not.
Okay.
Because like,
Well, you held up.
yeah.
You
Well,
did
I mean,
well.
I didn't get knocked out. I lost on the judges' scorecards, but it was cool to see what the real thing is about.
Okay.
Where the other guy is not trying to take it easy on you. This isn't for show. This is his job. This is how he eats.
Yeah.
So you're in the way of his next meal.
Right.
So he's trying to show you up. And the fact that I was being able to.
Should have just bought him dinner. Like, brother, we don't need to do all this.
I'll pay you off right here. Take it easy on.
Yeah, please take it easy.
He went in.
Would you fight an influencer again, or you want to go down there?
Oh, no, I'll do it. It just.
I thought you said
what's
you
the
wanted to go
challenge?
pro, yeah? Or you?
Well, that was a pro fight.
that was
Yeah, that
on
was a
your record?
Showtime pay-per-view. Yeah.
Wow.
That was like legit pro.
So you want to go down that route again?
Yeah. Oh. I can't go all being 0-1 as a pro fighter.
I would.
I want to be one.
I would be like, yeah.
You're like, you got beat up.
I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah. And a lot of what boxing is mental health. And you mentioned mental health when you're talking about Australia. Yeah. Why is that important to you?
So the reason why I got in this industry and in entertainment and all that stuff, when I was at university, we lost my brother's best friend to suicide.
Wow.
This guy, Hamish, he was, again, as like everyone is who is dealing with something, he's just like the happiest guy you never would have picked. It was him. Mm-hmm. So that pivoted me. I was at university and I was like, man, I'm not happy. Like I don't get it. And my friends aren't happy. What do I do? So it was literally like that day that my friend Helen tagged me on a thing on Facebook to like apply for like a dating show. So I did it. I applied. I was just like, yeah, maybe this is a chance to just make people laugh. Like I want to make my friends laugh. So I went on this dating show. I ended up, the first time I ever manifested something. I don't know if you believe in that juju stuff, but I manifested that. I won it. And then I came back and it was kind of funny. Yesterday I had a memory of my speech on there talking about like mental health and like, because on the show I had an argument with the girl that I was dating then, and I left the room and I came back right away and I was just like, okay, it actually doesn't matter. She's like, what? Why? Like what changed? And I said to her, I was like, look, dude, like this argument isn't going to matter in 6 months. So like, I'm happy to just say like, let's just move on. I'm sorry. And I just want to go back to being happy. And I still have the photo saved. I was crying because the amount of responses that I got, like, hey, I actually really needed to hear this today. Like, thank you so much. And that was what filled my cup. And I remember sitting at home after that first show came out, because it was only small. It was only in New Zealand. Sitting at home, I'm like, damn, I just want to do this again. Like I want to, so I went on the show and I was being an idiot. I was being crazy, but I had those serious moments where I got to let people see like the real side of me. And then after that, I just started applying for every single show. And I ended up on Tour to Handle, and obviously that was on a bigger scale and got to make more people laugh. And now I get to do it every day as my job with like being an influencer. But then from that, we've lost 2 more people to suicide. So Meredith is my best friend's mom. She was like one of the people that has raised me. Like she was best friends with my mom. I remember I used to play rugby with me and Rhodey, and she would pick us up. It's like she was the best person ever on the planet. So we lost her, and then a couple of months after that, we lost Tavita, who was my best friend from the first show. And that's what really like pivoted me. I'm like, dude, like I was partying, I was going out and whatever else, and I was like I just want to I'm getting lost on my track to make people happy and make my friends laugh. Like again, I say it all the time, like you can always check in on people, but you can't, like, it's hard to check in on everyone every day. But for me, like my goal is like, I want to just give people that chance to laugh. And whether it's like a 10-minute or a 30-second TikTok or whatever, where people just say, okay, like, I like get distracted from their life. That's for me has been the whole goal, is just to entertain. So when I just did this recent show, Amazing Race, it was all for charity. So it was really exciting. And I got to represent those guys and try and do something good. But yeah, for me, it's just, I don't even know what the question was. I was just rambling.
No,
sorry.
It's why is mental health important to you? Is how we started. And it's very clear that it's impacted you. Yeah. Because people around you have really succumbed to mental health issues.
Yeah. And it's like the worst thing was, it's everyone has a story with it. And everyone has like either lost someone or has gone through something themselves. And that's the scary thing is, even most recently, there was a few dark days where I was like, damn, like what the f is going on? Like, what am I doing? Like just really in my head. But I've been like at therapy and everything's been like amazing, but it's helped me understand kind of the highs and lows of everything and be able to better represent to my audience. Like, okay, like if you're feeling this type of way, this is something that helps me get through it. And it isn't being in an ice bath with your balls out, but sunlight.
Well, that's the real life, right?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to sell a shortcut.
Yeah.
But it's harder to sell going to therapy.
Yeah.
But what works?
Yeah.
Being with your balls out or putting the work in and going to therapy.
Yeah.
So that's what I run into all the time being a doctor. Like, do I want to say the real thing or do I want to say the sexy thing that will make some money?
I'll say the sexy thing that makes some money.
No, you're going to tell the real thing.
No.
Because I think what you said about refilling your cup is really important. Yeah. Being in service to others is something that traditionally brings people a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
And it's a level of extrinsic happiness that is, or rather intrinsic happiness.
Yeah.
Because extrinsic is like the cars, the money, the things that don't really last.
Yeah.
You constantly want something better. But the fulfilling thing of helping another person or helping them get through a dark time or helping them laugh,
Yeah.
that's the stuff that lasts.
Is that what got you into being a doctor, or you just be like, I'm so smart, I should
No.
I should do this?
Not at all.
Okay.
I like helping people, obviously, and that's kind of the cheesy answer that everyone gives in medical school interviews.
Okay.
But for me, I really enjoyed learning about the body, teaching about the body. I watched my dad go through medical school, so like I saw the whole process where most people are really young when their parents are going through med school.
Right.
So I really fell in love with the field. I thought this was a really good fit for me, for my skill set, for what I was curious about. It matched really well. Wow. And I think medicine is a special place where you can truly help others. But now with the advent of social media, you could also have fun, make it entertaining, talk about some balls.
How the fuck do you balance all this shit? Like what?
I mean, it's like, whatever, you figure it out.
It's not whatever, bro. Like,
I mean, you have to have a schedule. I have a team that helps me.
Yeah, but I see your stories, you're like posting, you're actually like in, yeah,
I work
like you're actually a doctor.
3 days a week,
which is crazy because I'm like, dude, like you can.
It's a lot of stuff, but remember what you said about refilling your cup? Because I'm constantly doing things that are unique and getting me inspired and excited.
Right.
I'm refilling my cup each day, even though by the end of the day it's an empty cup.
Yeah.
But then the next day it refills real nice.
So like what gets you like inspired or like fired up? Is it being in there and helping people?
Yeah.
Because obviously like you said, you watch people die. So that's got to really take a toll.
It takes a toll, but then being there for the people around them refills the cup.
Okay.
Because when one person goes, there's someone else around that's impacted. Right. Even if it's not the family, it could be the nurse in the room that was there when you were doing chest compressions, and having the conversation, learning from something about it makes it a worthwhile endeavor. Like it really is like an eye-opening experience. And that's why I really don't want to corrupt the medical field with the tanning your balls thing, because man, dude, life is precious. Big thing. No, because dude, what's on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
It's the cold plunges. It's like, this is the hack and don't get me wrong, I've made hack videos before that. There's little things, intermittent fasting and stuff that I like doing. But
for sure.
Life is like hard and there's challenges. I'm curious why you think in Australia there is such a mental health crisis. Is it that they don't talk about it enough?
Yeah. So for us, and it's kind of the first thing that I noticed coming to America is like you tell someone about your dream or like what you want to do, especially in LA, someone's like, oh yeah, I know someone who can help. But in Australia, there's this like mentality of, oh yeah, just have a spoonful of cement and harden up. And a lot of like guys just like don't talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's more so in Australia.
It's for some reason it's maybe, I don't get it. But I think we're evolving through it, especially after just seeing one of my friends there, and we cried together. Like he's 6'3" and he's like a huge man.
Yeah, 6'3" people cry.
I was surprised. Okay. I'm like, dude, like what? Like you can cry? He's like, yeah, I'm upset. But like talking to each other and like helping each other through that type of stuff. But yeah, it's really strange. So it's called tall poppy syndrome. Have you heard of this? The easiest analogy is like crabs in a bucket. Do you know what that? Okay.
These are all new analogies. I'm learning today.
So pretty much back home in Australia, if you put crabs in a bucket, if one tries to get out, a crab will pull it down and pull it back down.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I say when you tell someone your dream here, they want to help. In Australia, if you tell someone your dream, and again, this is because I'm Australian and where I grew up, a very small town, tell someone your dream, they kind of just like, okay, like best of luck. Like, there's no support there. Or if I'm
surprised you have such an optimistic view of the States.
Well, maybe because I'm a foreigner and I just come and get my dick out and have a good time.
Like, it sounds like it. Because I feel like this is a dog world here too. And
true. Maybe I just see the good in everyone. But like in Australia.
Not in Australia, clearly.
Well, maybe it's because it's a small town, but it's more in the sense of like people. Well, obviously we're all there for each other. Like I love Australia. I love it to bits. It's the best place on the planet. And when I have kids and a family, I want to go back there. But there is this weird culture where we don't talk to each other and we don't like check in. And there's one day of the year called Are You Okay Day where we force each other like, hey, are you okay? Like we force the conversation.
That's better than Valentine's Day.
Because it's such a big thing back in Australia. Like we lose so many people, especially men. It's huge. We lose so many young men, which is so scary. And that's also why I'm so passionate to be like, okay, like I want to make people laugh. Like, I don't care if you're laughing at me or with me, but like the goal is to just get a giggle out of you, or at least change your thought like for the day, so you're not like grumpy about something. But yeah, it's really like it's scary. It is scary.
Yeah, that's really bad. I mean, men traditionally experience depression in slightly different ways. Like when we learned about depression, let's say as med students from the studies that were done in the 70s and 80s, it was like you can't get out of bed, you're really tired. And that is how some people experience depression. But then the machismo men, the macho men, they experience depression differently. They want to abuse substances.
Yeah.
They want to work so hard that they forget about their family. They forget and lose all focus, and they just want to gamble and get high off the gambling. So like someone may diagnose them with a substance use disorder or gambling disorder, but in reality, that's depression.
Yeah.
And they're covering their depression by doing these things.
Wow.
By having an addiction.
Yeah.
So like men experience depression in a different way. And until we are open about it and explain that this is a call for help and we need to actively treat this as depression, it's very easy for it to go either undiagnosed or misdiagnosed as something else.
What about women? What's the difference with women?
Well, that's why, like, and again, I think it's less of a gender thing,
right,
and more so about like feminine versus masculine ideologies or behaviors.
Yeah.
So when the research was initially done, it was people wanted to stay at home. They didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
They didn't want to put on makeup. They didn't want to shower.
Okay.
So traditionally back in the day, they used to say depression is a disease of women. That's not true.
Yeah.
Like the same way that we've done the opposite with heart disease.
Yeah.
We used to say heart disease is only for men. And then all these women were having heart attacks and we were missing it in the ER because women experience heart attacks differently than men. And men experience depression differently than women. And we completely fucked this up.
Women have different heart attacks?
Yeah, they have different symptoms.
What do you mean?
So they have what's known as atypical symptoms. So what in your world is a typical symptom of a heart attack?
Isn't it chest pain and then you get like
pressure, elephant sitting on your chest, right? This is what you've heard. This is men describing the symptom.
Okay.
In research, because women were not studied when we were studying heart attacks.
I would study all the women if I could.
Well, you would, yes.
Yeah.
But we need to do it in medicine as well.
Fuck, okay.
Because women will sometimes just have a little jaw pain, a little arm pain.
What?
A little indigestion. And they're having a heart attack and we're missing it because we only say it has to be elephant sitting on your chest, shortness of breath, sweating, dizziness.
Wait, it's that small for women?
Yeah, it could be that small. And it gets missed.
Wow.
And then women get worse care in hospitals because of it, because our research was done primarily on men. And that's with heart attacks. And then depression, it kind of flips the other way. So we need to do a better job when it comes to conducting our research to make sure it's inclusive of everybody.
Wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I guess I probably don't think anyone did.
I mean, that's why women a lot of times will go to a hospital and be like, oh, she's just being dramatic. Terrible diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like you need to actually figure out what's wrong with people and not write it off.
Jesus.
So this happens. And the same way that happens, oh, toughen up, you're good.
Yeah.
And then you see what happens in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Damn, bro. Yeah. I'm learning so much.
Next up, Harry's gonna broach a difficult subject. He tells me the details of a recent retreat he took to Costa Rica, where he took a psychedelic substance known as ayahuasca. Full disclosure, ayahuasca hasn't been fully studied in the US, which is why I don't really have much of an opinion on it. But I wanted Harry to have the freedom to discuss his experience with it, as it had a profound impact on him. I do not endorse the use of ayahuasca as a proven medical concept, but I do believe more research is definitely necessary.
What are your thoughts with ayahuasca? Because I've always...
tell me about your spiritual journey with ayahuasca.
Yeah, so losing these two people, I was like, oh, what do I do? I better go do some drugs. No,
I hope that's not
it kind of all flowed, it all just happened, and it was a couple years ago now, but more in a sense I just wanted answers. Because when you lose someone to suicide, you don't get any answers. You don't know why. You don't know what. You don't you just sit there sad. Oh, what could I have done different? And you just have all these questions, and it just runs through your head, and you just get in this sad momentum. And I was there for a couple months. I was just sitting there. I'm what the fuck? Why can't I just talk to him? And I'd see little signs or little things. I'd just take it as them just reassuring me that it's all good. Just trying to find little things that keep me on the rails. But I went and did ayahuasca, and that was like just putting my brain in like the stratosphere. Like the first night we did it, it took me back to because so it was a 10-day retreat, and it wasn't like, you know, in a house here in LA, like it was in Costa Rica, and there was very specific people there. So you have to apply with this one company, and this lady beat cancer twice. This one guy was worth like $3 billion. This other dude owns an airport. This other guy works at Facebook. Like it was a really like interesting group of people. And each day you're doing like different character building exercises, and eating clean and everything. But there was 3 times that we did ayahuasca. So the first night, it took me back to very specific memories with my brother and my dad. And I just started crying. Like I was crying for like 4 hours. Like I was just laying there. It wasn't like sad tears, but it was just like, damn, like, because at that point I didn't have a good relationship with my brother and my dad. And I kind of resented them for things that happened within the family. So I was staying away from them, but it took me back to like being a kid and like running around and looking at my brother like, damn, like this is my best friend. And then the beekeeping thing with my dad, I would like snap, and we're pulling out honey from the beehive. I'm like, fuck, like this is my dad. Like I love this man so much. I remember just feeling that love and that passion, and that's why I was crying. I was like, this is so beautiful. Why did I let it go? Like why am I so stubborn? But then anyway, so the next night is when I did 4 times the amount that I did the night before, because I was like, well, I'm here. I may as well see what Saturn looks like. Like let's go to the moon. And that was when I saw my friends that I had lost. And it was like a vivid dream, because to explain it to people listening, like ayahuasca, like I could be sitting here with my eyes open and talking to you like this and everything's fine. But like when you close your eyes and like you're in like a meditative state, is kind of when it comes on, and then it feels like as real as like day. Like it feels, you're like looking around, whatever else. But I saw my 3 friends, and we just like hugged and like laughed, and it gave me like so much closure. Like and it was really weird, because I went in there, and my question to myself was, what can I do? Like my whole purpose was, what can I do to make more people laugh? What can I do to make my friends happy? And how can I ask my friends who have lost what I could have done different and better to make their lives more fun? And so that was the whole like purpose of that experience, was to try and like dig deep and figure out what was kind of happening. But yeah, when I saw my friends like Tavita, we were just laughing and hugging each other. We weren't talking. And then we were watching a memory of us, like right down here. We're in the corner of the room, and he's on the other side of the counter, and I'm here, and our best friend Christian's there. They're dancing and laughing and carrying on. And then we all go around, like walked around in the hallway, and we're just hugging and just saying that we love each other and just like laughing. And then we went out and had a good night. And I remember just looking at him in this, you know, trip, and I was just like, dude, like I love you. Is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Like just keep doing what you're doing. And then speaking to my friend's mom and then our other friend Hamish, and it just gave me that like closure, which was difficult, because, you know, I still think about them every single day, but at least whether it was real, whether it was like, you know, Harry was on a bunch of drugs, or whether it was like there's some truth to this ayahuasca, it helped me find peace in that. And I think that was like the most beautiful thing about it. But I don't know. Like that was
What was your therapist's take on it when you said you were going to do it?
So I didn't have a therapist at that point. So it was a couple years ago. It was over New Year's, but I only got a therapist when my ex-girlfriend decided to start cheating on me. So I was like, okay, I should probably start talk to someone, because I'm a little bit upset. Yeah.
But you don't have to wait to get a therapist until something bad happens.
So that was someone said on Snapchat to me. She said, it shouldn't be reactive. You should have.
I mean, it's okay if it is, but I'm just saying,
I didn't
ideally
know. Yeah, but apparently that's the best way to go about it, is to have one, just to talk to someone.
Yeah,
which is great.
Well, because we're all capable of irrational thought.
Yeah,
and irrational thought doesn't mean it's wrong. Mm-hmm. It just means it's not factually accurate in the moment.
Yeah.
Like the example I give that's really easy to wrap your head around is, if you always get A's or hundreds on your tests, and then you get an 80, it's easy to label yourself a failure, because you're like, oh, I didn't get a perfect grade, I'm a failure. But that's not factually accurate. Right. Failures don't get hundreds on tests. Yeah. So you have to change it and say, I didn't do great on this test, but I'm not a failure. And just changing that thought and giving the power back will take away some of that depth of the depression and anxiety, and some of those symptoms will abate. It's not a cure-all.
Yeah.
You still feel sad.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel sad, especially if you lose a loved one or a family member. Like grieving is normal.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people come to see me thinking that they're depressed. They just lost a family member a week ago.
Yeah.
That's not what depression is. That's a normal human experience to feel sad.
Yeah.
So therapy is important. And like I went to therapy and I needed it and I was very open about it on YouTube when I
Yeah.
went
Oh,
to it.
really?
Yeah.
What was that response like? Were people?
Right now, a lot of people give credit to people for talking about therapy openly, where if you did it like 20 years ago, it was maybe even stigmatized more.
Yeah.
So I think it's changed. I think what I learned from therapy is everyone has different sort of learnings from therapy. And my learning was unique in that I was trying to treat myself as a patient like over and over again, even when
Really?
it wasn't working.
Wow.
And I actually needed to stop.
Wow.
Which is so the opposite of what I thought would be the recommendation from my therapist, where it was, I'm like, but I'm doing the cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm doing what I tell people to do. And she's like, you're doing it so much that you're reliving the same issue.
Holy shit.
So you actually need to stop doing this shit.
Wow.
And you're reminding you keep telling, like, for example, if you were to say, is it good to share your troubles with your friends? Good or bad?
I think, yeah.
Good, right?
Yeah.
But I was doing this shit so much with so many people that I was just reliving it. Where actually the
Wow.
good thing became too much. Eating carrots is healthy.
Yeah.
But you eat a lot of them, you turn orange.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Beta carotene within carrots will turn
You
you
did
orange.
that?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I'm going to try you.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Right, next time you see me, I'm going to be so orange. and then as you go, I'm like, yo, you want to see my carrot? My cockroach?
But you see how like too much of a good thing can be a problem.
Yeah.
So I was doing too much of the therapy.
How did you find a good therapist? It's a question I get asked a lot, and I want to hear your answer.
I had a friend referral
Yeah.
from my brother's wife, who's a therapist. Someone in
Okay.
her office, she recommended.
Nice.
Said she was good. I mean, I think friend referrals
Always the best.
is the best way to go.
Yeah.
But the way that I tell people to think about a therapist is like it's dating. Your first meeting should be an evaluation for both of you.
Yeah.
They should be evaluating how to help, and you should be evaluating whether or not you can connect with that person.
Yeah.
Because more so their degree, what type of therapist they are, what school they went to, whether or not you connect is the most important factor if it's going to be successful.
Yeah. Did you see all the stuff going on with Jonah Hill and his ex? She was talking about his therapist
Yeah,
being
I saw
unethical.
something happen. Yeah, what happened with that?
Oh, so they broke up. Whatever else, I'm not sure like the details, but she was posting all their screenshots and she was just wilding out on her Instagram. Obviously, I got sucked in the rabbit hole. I was like, this is crazy. Like, what's going on here? He was talking to her very like horribly, but the reason why I was touching on that is because she started posting links about his therapist being unethical because they obviously had a big Netflix show where they sat down and spoke about stuff.
The media world is so unnatural. It's so hard to like figure that out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought maybe, that's like an interesting way. But apparently it was because in his therapy sessions, he talks about himself, and apparently that's not okay. I don't know.
I'm not a therapist, so I'm not going to
Okay.
comment on it. I mean, I
Okay.
do introduction to therapy within my practice. So
Yeah.
like that's something I do. But I think everything about media and social media is unnatural.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a room, you can feel whether or not you're upsetting someone because you're sitting in front of them. You see their emotions. You can read it. It's like a natural phenomenon. But when you're behind a screen and there's a million people, none of that is natural,
It's true. Yeah.
right? Like our bodies, our minds are not adapt to this.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to understand why someone who gets famous at age 16 has a lot of trouble growing up. Like I'm thinking of Justin Bieber or somebody.
Yeah.
That's really tough on people. So
For sure. Yeah.
totally unnatural. Like, how did it feel? Like, I'm sure there was a moment when you were having success with your shows and people were hitting you up and it was fun, where maybe you said something wrong or you did something wrong and people came down on you. How did that feel?
Bro. So, the first thing was when the show was coming out, it was during COVID, right? It was so crazy that I started having like I was getting 2 million story views every single day.
Jesus.
And then the day I hit 1 million followers, that day I hit 2 million followers. So the growth was like insane because everyone was at home, everyone was locked in. It hit like 51 million households.
Oh my God.
There was so much buzz around it and it was such the biggest blessing. But there was one day I remember sitting on the couch and I got so red and flustered and I felt like my blood pressure and everything get up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And my friend is like, hey, like you got to separate from your phone, because it was just so overwhelming, refreshing, seeing all this stuff. There was one photo, I got 100,000 likes in 10 minutes. Like, remember just seeing all this stuff. But then when me and my ex from the show broke up, and she made this like YouTube video, which was just completely untrue and just not very nice. And then was in comments and saying all this stuff about me. And then I started like losing followers for the first time. I lost like 400,000 followers. And in that moment, I was like, wow, I must be such a horrible person. I must be so bad. And it made me like, I took it super personal. But all it was is, you know, we're not building an audience because like they grew with us and they love us and they want to be with us forever. We're building an audience because they just watch us on a show and they're bored, they're at home, it's COVID, and they just want to like go wherever the drama is and like, you know, feed off that, which is fine because I do it as well. But when that stuff happened and it all came crashing down, dude, I ran away. Like there was a moment where like I remember walking around the streets and I texted my manager. I was like, dude, like I don't know, like I'm not doing okay. Like I'm really not like holding up. And thank God I had a beautiful friend group around me. Like they took me to Arizona. We went to this place called Sedona, and my friend's mom is like a shaman, and I don't know, she just like sat there and like helped me like think more spiritually and a little bit higher up, and like, hey, like this isn't gonna define you. Like turn your phone off. It actually doesn't matter anymore. And that was like the biggest like power move. As soon as I just turn my phone off, I'm like, oh, it's all gone. Like I'm alive. Like everyone around me loves me. Like I'm surely I'm not that bad of a person. But yeah, it's just,
well, that's what therapy is.
Yeah.
Right? Remember what I said, the irrational thought of I'm a failure. You labeled yourself a bad person.
Yeah.
Look, I don't even know what you did with your ex or whatever happened. Maybe you did a bad thing. Maybe you even didn't, but I'm just saying, let's say you did a bad thing. You did a bad thing doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. That's like full on labeling everything around you, or everyone hates me now. If 400,000 people unfollowed you, how many more millions still follow you or still do care? But it's hard in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's where like, I mean, I don't know if shaman is what my first recommendation would be, but a mental health specialist would help you get to what is the irrational thought that I'm a failure, no one likes me, all that. What can we replace it with? 400,000 people didn't like what I did, but 2 million people are going to stand by me, or my friends around me are going to stand by me. Just that will prevent that deep, deep hole that you were starting to go down. Because it's scary, man. It's like,
have you ever been in trouble like that?
The closest that's ever happened to me was during the pandemic. I went for a weekend in Florida and I was pictured on a boat without a mask because I was swimming. And I know it sounds funny, but like I lost a lot of business because of it.
Really?
People started questioning my medical ethics, which
because
are like,
you went for a swim without a mask on?
Yes, and like there was like a gathering of people, so they're like, you shouldn't have done it. No, look, to some degree, I have ownership of that because what happened was people would take my messaging from early on in the pandemic when we didn't know what was going on, and I was telling people not to go out because we didn't know, and hospitals in the city were terrible. We were all struggling in the healthcare setting. Then over the summer in New York, we learned like, okay, being outdoors is a safer place to be. If you're going to gather, make sure you get tested. So I did all those things thinking I was good, not realizing that if someone takes that picture and weaponizes it, how much it can hurt the message.
Right.
So I messed up there. But it was a learning opportunity. It was a dark place.
How did you move through that mentally? Therapy?
Without therapy, I'd be screwed.
Yeah. God, it's so scary.
Look, we all define ourselves with certain values or like the way you see yourself as funny. I saw myself as like the doctor who gives people accurate information. Yeah. And it felt like that struck a hole in that exact character that I built for myself, the trustworthy doctor. Damn. And I was like, damn, no one will see me the same way. And that was obviously to some degree an irrational thought because
it's hard in the moment though. Like when you're in the bubble,
the emotional reasoning kicks in. That's why we all need therapy.
And the issue is also, I've noticed whenever something's going bad, you're looking for those comments.
Of course.
You're looking for the nasty one to be like, okay, it validates why I feel this way because I'm so sad. I should be angry. Like one of my friends, Joey Sasso, he was on the podcast. He was?
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
No way. Yeah. I love Joey. Yeah. He's the best. But his show, Perfect Match, came out, and I remember him calling me. He's like, dude, I know you've been through some stuff with stuff online before. What do I do? And he was having some girl troubles. And I just said, man, like, get off your phone because I know you're looking for those comments.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but but like, what if she, I'm like, dude, like, it doesn't matter. Like, turn your phone off. Like, who cares? Like, you're great. You're a great dude. Like, someone has a bad idea of you. You have to understand, not everyone's going to like you. Like, we're on reality TV. We're in the perfect industry to be judged. Like, we're going on this show, not for talent, not for skill, not for anything, but to be like, you know, these guys are dumb and hot, and we're gonna judge them. Like, that's it. Like, you're not singing, you're not acting, you're not doing anything. Like, we're just being judged. So like, you have to understand that's what we're setting ourselves up for. So when you're upset, stop looking for those comments and turn your phone off. Like, limit your screen time. I know it's hard. I've been there, and I think it helped him. Like, he's the best. Like, he's such a sweetheart.
It's tempting to doom scroll. I do that sometimes. I catch myself, especially before going to sleep at night, which is the worst time to do it.
Yeah.
To go on Reddit or something and read some things. And I'm just like, damn, this is unhealthy.
I did that. One of my exes, her sister commented something like pretty rude and like just uncalled for on my stuff. And I was like, oh my God. So before bed, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to expose this. I'm going to post about all this stuff. And then I remember sitting there, I'm like, why? Like, who cares? Just block it. Like, block it. And, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. I just blocked this person.
Yeah.
It sucks though.
It really does suck, because at the end of the day, you don't want to feed into it and start making a whole big deal about it, and managing it feels, again, unnatural. And I used to judge myself where I would say, okay, I need to disconnect because I was going into these dark times. And I would say, wait, that means I'm not strong enough to handle this.
Really? You would,
because I'm like, you have to go into there and read those negative comments, because there might be a sliver of truth and you can get better from that. But at times when you're in a really dark place, no, disconnecting and hiding away from it is actually ideal.
I actually, one of my friends yesterday, he was telling me about like, there's like there's two people inside you. Right. And they're always having a conversation about what's good and what's bad. And he was, you know, helping me with some stuff that I was like struggling with. And he was telling me there's a weak man, there's a strong man. And they're always having a conversation. So maybe if you look at like a bottle of alcohol, the weak man's gonna be like, oh, whatever, like, who cares? Like, let's just have a drink, let's have fun. But the strong man is like, oh, well, tomorrow we have all these meetings, and if you drink this, it's gonna be like, it's just going to ruin your day tomorrow. So he was explaining to me like with the little things like that. So I've been trying to practice, turn my phone off before bed and try and stay away from it. Or if I see something I don't like, stay away from my phone. But the weak man wants to check it. So I've started practicing having the conversation to the weaker version of myself in my head and being like, okay, like I understand, like the better I can articulate it to that person, the weak man in my brain, the better I can articulate it to everyone else and also understand myself a little bit better. Maybe I'm going schizophrenic, but
no, that's actually,
but I think it helps.
No,
right?
Having that type of conversation is very wise. It's very similar to journaling, which is very helpful with mental health strategies, but it's something I have some of my patients do.
Oh,
so
really?
When they're judging themselves unfairly, like let's say they lost a family member and they're thinking like, I should be able to focus at work. And I'm viewing it objectively and I'm like, no, it's okay that you're sad because you just lost a close friend last week and that you can't focus is normal. So I have them have a made up character, Jimmy, sit next to them. And I'm like, Jimmy here just lost his friend last week and he's really sad, can't focus at work. What would you tell him? And they're like, oh no, Jimmy, it's okay. And I'm like, why are you saying that to Jimmy but not yourself?
Damn. This is why you're a good doctor. He's good. He's good, ladies and gentlemen. He's good.
No, but this is like a good strategy because we're oftentimes our worst critics, or maybe we're not honest with ourselves at times even, because we're susceptible to that emotional reasoning, which is why everyone needs a therapist.
Everyone.
Yeah. Because humans are just, this is a natural predisposition. And some people who have been successful a lot in their life never run into needing this for a long time. And when it happens, they're like shocked.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, I have emotions too?
It's crazy.
And traumas, like what you brought up in the past with your brother and your father, like traumas from our past, we call them very scientifically adverse childhood experiences. Different traumas can actually show up as physical ailments later in life.
Really?
Like I'll have patients come in with back pain, elbow pain, carpal tunnel symptoms, and it's happening as a result of mental health trauma they experienced as a child.
What?
Yeah.
How do you work through that then? Or how do you acknowledge that?
Well, first you have to be honest and do a proper workup and make sure it's not anatomical, right? Like how do I jump to saying that it's a childhood trauma versus like a fracture. I have to first rule it out. I have to do proper history. I have to do a physical exam. There's signs that point to it. We have to get an imaging to make sure there's nothing going on anatomically. Again, there's no tear, there's no broken bones, all that. And then you see if the patient is open to it. You have to say, hey, I think that I've ruled out everything anatomically that could be wrong. And I'm thinking that this is real. You are feeling this. I'm not saying this is in your head, but I'm saying the root cause is coming from something mental health related. Do you want to try and talk about that? And if they're open to it, we do it. And it works a lot. Wow. You'd be surprised because what our minds are good at is playing remote control, meaning we have pains all the time. We have aches as humans from sitting too long, from driving, from this, from playing sports, whatever it is. And what controls the volume of the pain is our mental health. So when you're stressed and you're anxious, you feel the pain more. Because the same way that if you heard a sound in a dark house in the middle of the night, don't you go like this and pay attention to that if someone comes up behind you, boo, you jump, you turn up the volume. So you're just turning up the volume on your pain to be more aware and survive. So we have to learn how to take better control of that remote control and that volume.
Damn, bro, you're so smart.
This is not me. I'm just translating other people's work.
This is Einstein, everyone. This is crazy. This is all out of his brain. How does he do it? I don't know. I couldn't think like that.
No, but isn't it interesting?
No, it's incredible. I'm learning so much.
I'll give you an example. You said like, how would I know if this is like happening? Let's say a patient comes in, they're like, so I have this elbow pain and I'm asking all these questions from a history and they say, you know, I'm like, what about on weekends? Does it hurt on weekends? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, interesting. What happens on weekends? Oh, well, I'm out with my friends. Well, when you're out with your friends, does your elbow bother you? Nope. What could be going on anatomically with their elbow that their pain goes away?
Like wants the weekend off. But everyone deserves a holiday. Leave the elbow out of this. For f***'s sake.
But I'm just saying, if there's like a bruise or there's a fracture, it's going to hurt
they want the weekend off.
No, it's going to hurt all the time.
Long weekends, 4th of July. Man,
you're spending too much time with shaman, bro.
I'm doing too much ayahuasca. Yeah, like, but you want the weekend off? It's okay.
Like you could see a pattern evolve where you're like, oh, when you're having fun, these symptoms go away, and when you're stressed, they come up.
Yeah,
and then the patients themselves will get better at recognizing it.
Right.
And the goal is to get rid of me. I don't want to be the doctor for everything for them.
Yeah, but I feel like people come in to see you for the wrong reasons as well.
No, we do a pretty good job at filtering that out.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And we also help them so that they don't have to be dependent on me.
Right.
The goal is so that they can recognize and learn when is it generalized anxiety disorder versus, oh, I'm just a little anxious because I have a big interview tomorrow. There's a difference.
Does that happen a lot? Do people go, hey, like I'm freaking the fuck out?
Yeah. I mean, some people will judge their anxiety and think that they should never be anxious. That's not realistic.
Wow.
But then some people will downplay and realize, oh my God, I'm actually having panic attacks that need to be treated. And they need treatment.
Wow.
So like it goes both ways.
Yeah. I had something happen to me recently, which is my therapist like helped me through it because I saw my ex at a party, right? And first time ever in my life that I just started shaking. Like, and I asked my therapist, I was like, hey, like I've never had that happen before. Like I started shaking and I like had to get out of there because I felt off. Like everything started like squeezing up a little bit. And she was just like, yeah, it was like a trauma reaction. Your body went to like fight, flight, or freeze. She's like, I'm glad you decided to fly. But she just said, yeah, the fact that you started shaking is because your body's like has like this full on like trauma reaction. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, dude, like what, if I got Parkinson's, like what's going on in my head?
That's how people react. And look, you're playing it out right now. How a mental health emotion impacts your physical health. You just said it right there.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what? Like, come on, buddy.
But that's the body does that.
Yeah.
So what's happening in your mental state directly impacts how you feel physically and how you perform physically. Yeah. That's why sports psychology is such a big thing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like visualization and all these techniques that sports psychologists practice with athletes. Like, why do you think the same two guys win in tennis every year?
Because they're really good.
I mean, why is no one else that good?
Because I'm not playing. If it was me in there,
are you like an athlete in your mindset?
Terrible.
No, really.
I'm the worst, bro.
Really?
Bro,
do you play sports right now?
Bro, I'm so shit. I'm so
way.
uncoordinated.
So like if I put you on a basketball court right now, no,
Bro, I
bueno?
can't even, bro. You seen how skinny these calves are? Like, bro, come on. I
So you
couldn't-
can't dunk.
Yeah, I would fall over and hit the rim.
Wow.
But no, I used to play sport growing up. Like I used to play rugby. I actually got a knee reconstruction. I tore my ACL, which was a lot of fun at 17. And then the surgeon was like, you can't run again for the next 12 months. And I was like, well, guess what? Surprise, I'm going to.
Okay.
I thought I was like Forrest
You're
Gump.
really good at
I'm really good at
ignoring
this
medical
thing.
advice.
Yeah, I taped it up.
Okay.
I taped it up.
And then you went to a
shaving-
shaman and you had it blessed?
Yeah. They poured some holy water on my knee. I'm like, let's go. And then I started playing again. It wasn't very good. Like I was, so I got kicked out of all the schools in Australia. So I had to go to school in New Zealand, and all the.
Oh, and they kicked you out of a country?
I deserve to go.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I've heard of people being expelled, but not out of a
Yeah, I don't
country.
know. Yeah, all those schools in the area were
Wow.
like, this guy has to go.
Okay.
And my dad was like,
And look at you helping net people now. This is beautiful.
yeah, because I've tormented too many. No. But my parents would sent me to school in New Zealand, and all the boys were a lot bigger there, and like rugby's like a religion. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll be good. But I'm this skinny little twig, and just got absolutely pumped, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, the knee reconstruction was kind of like, at that point, I was like, you know what, like I'm probably not too good at sport, but the thing is, I want to breed with like a nice tall woman and just have a thoroughbred kid, and that we just train and just get on steroids as soon as it comes out of the womb.
Yeah, tell me about, like, you're curious about TRT. Are you on TRT?
I am on TRT.
Okay. What led to that decision?
I went and did my blood, and and my doctor was like, hey, like he's like, your test levels are fine. Like it's all good.
Okay.
But he's just like, you could be better.
Oh no.
And
hyper optimization.
And I was like, well, let's f***ing juice me up.
No way. Is that really how the conversation went?
No. It didn't. It was obviously like more serious because I was, when I first came to LA, I think I was like 22 or whatever.
Okay.
And all my friends are getting jacked in the gym and they're looking good. And I was always skinny and long, and which was fine. But I was always asking myself questions like, why can't I put on size? Like I would just get like skinny fat, and I just wouldn't grow as quick as I wouldn't just grow in a normal way. So that was what prompted me going to my doctor and asking the question like, hey, like, is there something that's like off?
So you wanted to put on muscle. You went to get evaluated to figure out why it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Your doctor said your testosterone levels are normal.
Well, he said there were, I forgot what it was because it was a while ago, but he was like on the scale, on the lower end is where you're sitting.
Do you remember what time of day you did the blood work? Probably not.
No.
The reason I ask is because in general, we don't want to do testosterone replacement therapy for people who have normal testosterone levels.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
Because there's side effects. And if you don't need it, you're using it unnecessarily, you're exposing yourself to risk.
Yeah.
The way we check those levels is it needs to be checked between 7 and 10 a.m., first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So what a lot of these clinics would do, and I've heard this anecdotally, is they would check them late at night, but label as if they were doing them in the morning.
Oh, no.
So they would get insurance companies to pay for them and say, oh, this person's low testosterone.
Oh, I see.
So we need to get them steroids or testosterone.
Okay. Come on. I'm not.
So that's not what you were doing.
No, but it was definitely in the morning because I'm an early riser.
Got it.
But yes, it was just more in the sense of just trying to like improve my quality of life as well, and like optimize and to be bigger and faster, stronger, and athlete, whatever.
But you're not doing that.
No, I do TRT.
No, but you're not an athlete.
No, I know, but I wish. I'm pretending.
Okay,
Yeah. I wear the little pants.
Are you aware of the risks?
Yes.
Tell me what the risks are.
You just get swole.
That's not the risk.
No. I know there's obviously fertility issues.
Okay, that's number one for someone your age.
So yeah, male birth control, so I can come in anyone.
That's not how it works either. Oh man. Please tell me the doctor did not discuss this with you this way.
No, you did, but I forgot. You tell me.
Oh my God. Okay, so fertility is
He's a good
obviously an
doctor,
issue, and that could be permanent in some people.
Oh,
So like in most people, if you stop, it will come back, but it could be permanent in some.
okay.
Excess risk of developing heart disease and stroke is the bigger one, especially in younger men.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. That's not something you want.
No.
You're like, I'm good.
You know what? I could get hit by a car tomorrow. Let's juice it up.
Okay. This is not advice I would give to people.
No, of course.
But Yeah, I mean that's all.
Well,
all a doctor can do is tell you the risks, and then like it's on you to decide.
But what about the good side?
So the good side is you have testosterone already, and it was normal. So like, more is not better than some.
But you get juice to the gills.
But what benefit does that give you?
Bro, it looks sick.
That's the benefit. We just traded heart attack risk to looking sick.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
Is that a worthwhile trade? You think you looked that bad before?
Yeah, bro. My nipples were bigger than my chest. Come on.
But I'm sure there was a way to change that.
Steroids.
No. Come on.
No. It was like a serious conversation. I also did explain to him like, hey, I really want to have kids one day.
Okay.
So I got this girl pregnant. And we've got a 3-year-old. No, I'm joking. But we did go through it, and we did he did make it make sense.
So are you checking your blood work regularly and doing all this
every
stuff?
couple months? Not like
no, that's what you're supposed to do.
And then also we check for everything. But there was like he's like, oh, people take growth hormone and this and that, and I was like, well, come on, like I'm not trying to look like The Rock. Like I just want to make sure I feel and look good and get excited about life. And I think that, a lot of my older friends as well, like I've told them to go in when they're feeling like sad and depressed and want to, fully like change people's lives, which is good. But now I'm hearing about how bad it is.
Well, no.
Are you taking anything?
No.
You should
I don't
get
even
on.
take,
You feel
you're like, maybe you would have won your boxing.
Bro, I actually got a needle over
they
here.
tested me
For the fight?
in the locker room.
Really?
20 minutes before my
That's why I can't do it. This is why I'm out.
So you can't box.
I'm out. I don't have a heart attack.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, in society, we view like aging as a disease.
For sure.
And I don't think aging is a disease. So fundamentally, we disagree.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, there's that Australian doctor that come out and said that. Did you hear about this?
No. Tell me about that.
It's like Tally Health or something. And they have this magical pill that makes you younger.
You're messing with me.
No, I swear
There's
to God.
a magical pill that makes you younger.
I swear to God. He had I was in South by Southwest and I was at their thing and they're like showing me this video of 2 mice. And they said this one.
Are you a mouse?
I could be. You never know.
No.
I'm hung like one.
You went from carrot to mouse.
Yeah, I don't know. So like meet in the middle. So
Okay.
Nice and average. No. But they were showing me the video of these 2 mice and they're the same age, but this one looked beautiful and this one looked old and withered. And it was explaining like we have this like system where they kind of dissect your life and this is what's going to make it better and this is going to make it worse. But then they have like this magical supplement which apparently reverses aging.
Yeah, it does it.
Well,
Not in humans.
well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to let you.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to come back with like 3
we've
legs.
cured like diabetes in mice and cancer in mice, and it's great for mice.
Type 1 diabetes?
Yeah.
What?
But we can't cure it in humans
Why not?
because we're not mice.
I should.
So what works in mice doesn't.
How do
work
we
in
turn into
humans.
mice?
Is that really you want to
turned anyone? Have you turned anyone into a mouse?
No.
Let's get on
But
that.
I have made them comfortable with the concept of aging, where they look at themselves and they're happy with their bodies and they're happy with their performance, where they're not going to take on excess risk.
Okay, but what are you
unnecessarily.
taking to stay so young?
Nothing.
Dude, get on something.
For why? Am I looking terrible these days?
I didn't want to say
Oh
it.
my God. This is 8K camera over here.
You look great.
Thank you.
But are you getting like sunshine every day or is it all like hocus pocus?
No, ideally you should get some sunshine in.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the mornings. Like that's a good tip that people give. Like first thing, open up your blinds, or even if you go outside for 15 minutes.
I think Huberman Lab, he was saying in his podcast, like half a lemon and some salt and some water and it helps like suppress, I don't know, whatever. I do it anyway.
I mean, look, if it makes you happy, do it, but that's not going to cure anything.
Okay.
Like it's just like not realistic. And sometimes I listen to like Huberman's a different subject because he's a professional, but like I'll see people on TikTok, they're like, you should not drink this water because it's acidic. But what you should do is squeeze some lemon in your water. I'm like, lemon's an acid.
Right.
What are you talking
That was
about?
my video. That was me. Yeah.
No, there's like a lot of people who claim to have all the answers that don't. Okay, let's just set the record straight. There is no supplements that make you live longer. That does not exist. Taking testosterone when you have normal testosterone levels as a young adult is more harm than good. It's your prerogative to take it, but it's
Okay.
more harm than good from the research.
Okay.
And that's it.
So I just come off everything now? I get skinny?
No, I don't tell you what to do.
Oh, you should.
As a doctor, it's not my job to be your parent.
Okay.
And no doctor should be your parent. Doctors should lay out options and you should decide what's right. But technically, doctors should aim to first do no harm. So if they know what they're prescribing you is causing you harm, they should think otherwise.
Okay.
You're like, this is boring as shit.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I gotta ruin that relationship.
There's a lot of
He's such
fun
a good
stuff
guy.
you can do. You can get watches and stuff.
Yeah, but man,
Sorry, I know that's boring.
no.
I'm thinking, I don't know. Like, I like lifting and stuff.
Yeah, but you know how good it is to lift and to not feel sore the next day?
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, try it. Do it.
But it's unnecessary.
What about Tren? Apparently Tren's really bad for you.
I mean,
I haven't tried
they're
it.
all not good for you
Okay.
when you don't need them.
But this is from a doctor.
It doesn't make it better. I mean, it makes it somewhat better because they're monitoring your lab values and stuff, but it's still not ideal.
Okay. No, I want to talk about type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
So my brother got it from a virus when he was like 14 or 15, which is really crazy. And then my nephew got it as well.
What's
situation.
the documentation of the virus situation?
I was so young, but I remember it was just his pancreas. Yeah. He had a bunch of ice cream at his friend's house and he was sick before this, right? Okay. It's a weird story. He was sick before this. And then apparently his pancreas was failing, but we didn't know. We didn't know what was going on. And then he got kind of like,
Had pancreatitis.
it's something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went to his friend's house, had a bunch of ice cream, whatever, started throwing up, was really bad. And they took him to hospital. And then they're like, hey, like your pancreas is gone or whatever else. It didn't happen that rapidly. I was also like 12 years old. But that was when he got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And then it most recently happened to my nephew as well. But he was like 17 or something, which is kind of crazy because no one in our family has had it before. And now suddenly two of us have developed it. Is that a thing? Because it's happened.
Yes, not everyone in a family will have it.
Okay, because I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm juicing with enough shit. All my organs are going downhill.
type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition when your own body attacks the cells that produce insulin.
Yeah.
So you essentially have no insulin production.
Yeah.
Versus type 2 diabetes is you have insulin, but it doesn't work in your cells as well because your body either produced too much of it and your body got used to it, or it tried to create so much that it also burned out. And you essentially function as a type 1 diabetic, even though you're still type 2.
Wow.
It's the mechanism by which it happens is how we decide type 1 versus type 2.
So how do you be there to like, because there's one thing I've struggled with. Like I didn't educate myself when my brother was going through all this shit. Like it kind of like scared me. Seeing everyone, freaking out in our family.
Yeah.
Like how, because I know there's probably people that are going through a similar situation. How do you be best there for someone who is like a family member, or you want to educate yourself a little bit better? Like, because I remember I only drink Diet Coke now, or like diet drinks or diet sodas, whatever else, because that was all what we had in the house. So we weren't allowed like any like crazy sugar stuff. But I never knew like growing up, like how could I be best there for my brother?
The best and easiest thing to say is to go with them when they go to their doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
Especially even as an adult, when you go and you hear bad news, it's so easy to be emotional in that moment that you don't remember anything that happened in the visit.
Damn.
Especially if I'm delivering bad news to a patient, I encourage them to bring a loved one.
Yeah.
So that they can also hear it. They can gauge what's going on.
If you ever text me, Harry, you bring your mum, I'm gonna be like, I'm fucked.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's good to have that person as a support system.
Yeah.
Just the presence of someone being there, like you said, like the Are You Okay Day, that goes a really long way.
Yeah.
And how we mentioned the connection with your therapist is the number one factor of success. Having a support system is the number one factor of success of any mental health condition.
Wow.
So just having someone to call on will decrease the likelihood of a suicide, of an overdose, all these things, just having the support system, whether it's a wife, a child, a best friend, a brother, whatever.
I've only got two of those.
You have it. If you have one, you're ahead.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people in this world, especially post-pandemic, that have nobody.
Damn.
And we're in a pandemic of loneliness. So
Did you say that recently or someone else said? I've
a
heard
lot
that.
of people have said that. I can't take credit for anything I said today.
No, you take credit for all. It's really smart. This is really, this is stuff that I would never say because I can't remember it.
But that's okay. You don't need to have a memory. You need to. Everyone has a role, and your role is joy. You bring people joy.
There we go.
That's a positive thing. I just, maybe we can not encourage people to do testosterone replacement when they don't need it.
Yeah.
No. We don't need
Tren.
This is the
And do
opposite.
heroin.
No. God, this is a medical podcast. Sorry,
Sorry.
can't.
Okay. Shit.
Okay, so where?
So don't do heroin?
Yes.
No. Okay.
That's
cool.
good advice.
Yeah, good advice. No one do heroin.
Perfect.
Please.
Where are you in 10 years?
Hopefully here still in this podcast room. Hopefully
That's
still
a
doing this
long
podcast.
time in the podcast.
It's a world record.
Okay. So you're checking in with me 10 years. What are you doing? What are you up to?
So for me, the biggest, actually, this is what helped me when I was going through a bit of a dark spot. I got a list of questions about like who I am in the next 5 years. And for me, the biggest goal is to be like, you know, when you watch a Kevin Hart movie or you see his face somewhere,
okay,
and you're like, oh, I want to watch that because it's going to make me laugh.
Okay.
Or like Will Ferrell, like, oh, I'm going to watch that because it's going to make me laugh.
Okay.
That's the goal for me. Like the goal is whenever you see this stupid face, you're going to be like, this guy is going to make me laugh. Okay. And I love it. Like that's the whole.
So are you going to go into acting?
Yes, I was in a movie, which isn't out yet, but I had a couple scenes and it was awesome. Like it was so much fun. Because the difference between like acting and like reality TV is like reality TV is like all like, I don't know, disjointed. Like it's not really a family. It's like, well, the last show I did was kind of like a family, but it's always, you know, everyone's kind of going against each other.
Very
the crew's not necessarily allowed to talk to you. But like with the acting stuff, I got to talk to the investors. I got to talk to all the camera guys. I got to go to my trailer. I get to talk to, you know, the person like cooking lunch. And like, I was just so excited. I was there for like 14 hours. I didn't even need to be there that long, but I was there just like talking to everyone because I was like, this is so cool. Like, and then they're talking about new projects they're doing. Whereas like reality TV, it's all like competitive. It's all like, okay, like, oh, I heard that you got, or like people kind of just shove it in your face. It's kind of like influencer. Like they want to show off, I'm doing so well, I'm doing this, whatever else. And it's kind of like that. But like the acting stuff, like it's an art. Like you get to see people like perform and to like be a character. And for me, like that was the most like, my cup was like overflowing. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. I get to talk to this dude that like fronted $10 million for this film and hear about his vision and what's going on. So for like, I love that whole process, but I also just like, I love everything that comes with like comedy and like, I can't watch a horror movie. I'm too scared, but I want to make people laugh and smile. For me in 10 years, I think I would love to follow the footsteps of like someone like Chris Hemsworth, get a wife and a family, move back to Australia, raise him there, and then come back and do like really cool things. And yeah, that's the whole goal, is to just make people laugh, invest in really cool companies, and have a really solid like foundation around me, and to just do good things and not be like a drama filled whatever else. Was that a weird noise before, or was that a bird?
A bird.
Okay, I was like, damn.
The bird was trying to amp up your message and make it.
Yeah, it was.
You had background music.
It was my friend that passed to be. He's probably checking in.
Okay, so you moved to Australia with a family. You're crushing it.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, you're on the billboards. People seeing your face, they're laughing. 45 years go by, and they're making a movie about your life. What's it called?
Wow, no one's ever asked me this. What's it called? I don't know. Like that's because it could be a funny film, it could be something hilarious, or it could be dark with all of the hectic stuff that's kind of come with this whole journey. I don't know. Fucking get a headache with Harry? Like,
Get a headache?
Get a hemorrhoid watching Harry?
Because you laugh so hard?
No, because you're like, dude, fuck, you make me go sick. No, I think so. I don't know. It's like,
that's a hard one.
It's a hard. What would you name your film?
Life as a Metaphor.
You've thought about that before.
No, it was a book that I wanted to write.
Oh, okay.
But it's,
yeah.
And I know what the last page says.
Can you tell me?
Yeah. So do you know the difference between a metaphor and a simile?
Dude, you're asking me questions.
Well, that's why I have to.
I'm an idiot. I'm on reality TV. I take my shirt off on Instagram and post photos of my
That's why I
ass.
ask. Trying to be respectful.
I don't even know what a noun or a verb is.
But you know what a metaphor is.
Yeah.
Okay. And a simile is when you use like.
Oh, okay. I do that a lot.
This cup is like the sky because it's blue. That's a simile.
Okay, simile.
Okay, so the book is called Life as a Metaphor. And then the final page will say, life is really like a metaphor. Oh, wait, that's a simile.
It's so good.
Not bad, right?
You're smart. You're the guy.
Now I have to get yours.
Yeah.
Come on. This is school.
This is hard, bro.
You have to end on the.
I've never thought about this.
We're gonna
shit.
title the podcast this.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do something crazy.
Okay.
Just something that's
Just
gonna
don't get us
canceled.
demonetized.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
That was my first thing. Yeah. Well, I swore it off. Like, you're probably
That's
going to be in
okay.
trouble.
No, that's fine.
God, I don't know, man. I've never thought about it.
Okay,
And now it's going to be in my head for the next like 3 months. And then I'm going to come back and be like, hey, Mike, this is what I was thinking.
Deal.
But like, I don't know.
We'll include it.
I've never thought.
Whenever you DM me,
I've never thought about that. Like, I've never thought about, if my life was a movie or whatever else. Or like a metaphor for, it's a really tough one because I think that like, there's so much beauty in like the pain and the stuff that has happened in my life. And again, like, man, like I've had a very privileged life, but we all go through stuff. So for my personal experience and my experience in this world, like there's been a lot of pain and it's helped me blossom into something that I'm like, okay, I want to make it funny and beautiful. So it could be like a really depressing like drama or something crazy, or it could be like, I don't know, I was listening to Kevin Hart's audiobook and he was like, there's a joke in everything. And he was talking about just the dark stuff that he's gone through and his family and stuff with his brother, whatever else. And just hearing his take on it made me get like a different like overview of kind of stuff that's happened in my life and be like, okay, like let's make it funny. So I feel like it'd have to be a comedy.
What's some dark humor in it? I already have the picture of the poster. Can I describe it to you? I'll sell it to you. You're the investor.
You tell me. You tell me.
Okay. There's a picture of you, elderly,
Yeah.
gray beard, long gray hair.
Having a stroke.
So no, you have a really big beard.
Okay.
And the background's kind of blurred out black and it's just your face. And on the bottom, it says unshaven Harry.
Beautiful. You said it. I'm sold. This is beautiful. You prepared
Because
these.
it's-
You thought of these before.
no, 'cause it's
There's
like-
no way you're this smart off the cuff.
No, it's
Come on. You've got so much knowledge in that
unshaven
brain.
Harry. Get it?
I get it.
You don't get it.
I get
It's
it.
a pun.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not a complete idiot. Like, I know I am.
like it.
No,
It's real.
It's so
So
good.
would you buy it?
For sure.
Okay, I'm selling
I'm
it.
sold. Yeah.
$10.
We'll make it a book as well.
Okay.
It's just photos of my arms. And my balls in the sun.
Unshaven Harry. I like it.
Yeah, it could
That's
be fun.
good.
It could be a good movie.
We'll monetize it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, dude, thank you for coming on and being so open and sharing your story.
Oh,
It's exciting
dude, thank you.
because I want to see where your career goes now.
I'm
gonna be cheering you on. No.
No, it'll be good. We got some crazy stuff coming this next year.
Yeah, what can people be excited
I can't
for?
tell you.
Come on, tell people something. Give them a leak.
Well, so hopefully this movie comes out, and hopefully that sparks something. Hopefully that gets me in conversations to be able to do more stuff. Because for me, like practicing acting. Have you tried?
I've tried them so bad that I'm never doing it again.
But it makes you like look within yourself. And that's what I got with therapy as well. It made me like take like a different perspective on myself.
Yeah, you're very introspective, I have to say.
Oh, yes. That's mature. I'm getting mature. So sick. But yeah, it made me like look within and I'm like, okay, like, but if this is what's going to upset the character, whatever else, like it made me like look within. And I really enjoyed that. Just taking a different look at why I react or why this character would react the way it does. So I'm really excited for that. So hopefully that film comes out and hopefully it sparks more conversations and gets me to be able to fulfill my goals and my dreams to be, the white Kevin Hart, I guess.
Nice. Okay. We'll be cheering you on here.
Yeah. And then, so Amazing Race, I filmed The Amazing Race.
Yeah. When does that come out?
It was like the celeb version, but it was like Australian celebs.
Why this?
Well, because no one's gonna know the celebs over here, but like in Australia, I'm like, I'm going up against like the weather guy that I grew up watching,
Okay.
and like one of the Wiggles. I don't know if you know who that is, but it was awesome. It was such an incredible, life-changing experience. I think it's going to be out before the end of the year. I believe so. I hope so. Hopefully, people in the US can watch it because I made an absolute cockhead of myself on it. Like it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, a lot of tears. Hardest thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Like mentally, like challenging, like, puzzles and having to figure out shit and racing all day and being in the heat. And it was beautiful. And then there's a few more stuff coming out, like a few more shows. Cause I kind of was in a moment where I was like, I'm not going to do any more reality TV. Like I want to stay away from it. I want to build this acting career out. But in Kevin Hart's book, he said like his whole goal was to be so big that no one can say no to him. So that's my whole thought process right now is I'm going to be as big and as aggressive and as loud as I can so I can get to the point where that boy in that small town in Australia who just needs a laugh can watch me and be like, cool, I can do it as well because Harry did it.
I love it.
So yeah, there we go.
How do I not cheer for that?
It's a good story.
Unshaven Harry.
Unshaven Harry. There we go. Awesome. You're a legend.
Speaking of Australia, did you know Australians used to climb inside the bodies of dead whales to treat joint pain? Not making that up. Click here to hear that story, as well as other ancient remedies doctors used to recommend. And as always, stay happy and healthy.